Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda T. Tonight we're reviewing Power, Book 4, Force, Season 2, Episode 5. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. Jeez, that's a lot. That's a lot. Well, based on where we left off last week, now we back at the house. D-Mac walking around freaking out because he murked the cop. And Tommy is basically trying to tell him to calm down. I mean, D-Mac, are you about that life or not?
No.
I'm confused. It just seems like he's not. It seems like he's definitely not ready.
He's not.
My glass is kind of filthy. Well, Tommy told him, sit your butt here still in this house, don't move, and let me handle it. Apparently Diamond handled it, but D-Mac got to sit still.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we out here. We grown men out in these streets. We don't need these distractions. D-Mac out here pretending to be a gangster. Jannard is over at his spot. I mean, Jannard is just such a hot ass mess. I hate to see him coming these days. He's just as hell. I never would have thought. So the boys ran out of product. They sitting there in a room with a table and no goodies, no nothing, no baby powder, no nothing, no flour, no baking soda. They dry.
They're all the way dry.
Now Jannard gonna tell them go over to this nigga Paco, Rico, whoever it is. He tried to send them over to there and tell him to like front them some work. And they said, the people not fronting you no work, Jannard. They said they don't mess with you like that because you out here in these streets on that mess. Oh, I see the head.
Just the head.
I just see her head. That's a distraction. You can't throw the cute baby up there while
I'm sorry you need to burp.
That's right. So yeah, the people said, look, Miguel ain't messing with you. The people in the street said you out here getting high on your supply, and that's what it is. And they all know that you owe the Serbs money. So his business is not even his business. Everybody out in the streets knows exactly what's going on with Jannard. Maybe it's because he be slumped over down to the meth spot, heroin spot over there being slobbering in the front seat of his car.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody to walk by and been like, is that Jannard?
Yep. We all talking about Jannard on that stuff.
And he looking real bad out here. I was gonna say somebody else's name, but I'm gonna leave her out of it. She got enough going on down to Huntsville. Anyway.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Anyway, Jannard said he was gonna handle it. He over here begging the boys to please be loyal. Just please be loyal. I guess, child. So Tommy came in the barbershop bugging because there's cops everywhere. He doesn't know what's going on. First thing he thinking is because they done found out about old boy and he worried about D-Mac getting caught. And Diamond is like, nah, some gang, members that came through. What's the name? Sonny spot down to the diner. They done came through the diner, powing up the place on some nonsense. Because now the streets is all divided. You got your CBI, you got your treason. I think treason, that's what Jannard got called his people. And then you got a group of people who they ain't loyal to nobody. They just out here. Jannard ain't got no work, so it's hard for him to hold it down. And CBI over here, they got the good prices. So, what they gonna do? Diamond said it's time for them to work together as one. We've tried this in other places, haven't we? Haven't we tried this in other places? I feel like there was a time when we were all gonna work together. But He gonna have to talk to the head of the rival gang and see what's good. Believe his name is Kilo. He need to talk to Kilo because when he was locked up with Kilo, they talked about like bringing the situation together, but the timing wasn't right. But it feels like now is the right time to go ahead and do that because it's a mess out here. You can't be coming through Sonny's. The diner supposed to be off limits. These kids is out here wilding. The streets don't work like how they used to.
There's always one place that everybody knows off limit.
You don't mess right. So while Diamond is talking to Tommy, he's like, "So did you get D-Mac like handled?" And Tommy like, "Yeah, I jacked his ass up." But he wasn't enough jacked up because he's standing right outside the barbershop over there running his mouth out in these streets.
D-Mac hard-headed.
He what?
He hard-headed.
He's very hard-headed.
He's definitely Tommy's nephew.
Well, yeah. Well, Tommy took him back to the house. Well, he jacked him up pretty good for what it was worth. JP walked in there and he's like, "That's my son. Get off my son. You don't put your hands on my son. You just met your son, JP. Calm down a little bit. You don't know what's going on out here in these streets, but D-Mac is in big trouble. That's what it is."
You would think Tommy jacking him up
would be enough.
And that you was in a dope house last season putting a diet together, that it might be a good reason why this was popular.
Look, you just as much guilty as Tommy.
Exactly. You should have been like, "What's going on?"
No.
But you know something is going on.
He's feeling guilty because he wasn't there. He's that dad. I wasn't there, so I'll make up for it now. Him and Kate is both doing the same thing. The cops picked up Victor. They're taking him in for questioning as it relates to this Red Rum. Remember Red Rum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they asked him about this Red Rum that took place down last season that we didn't remember nothing about. Agent Stacy is pressing him. You know, she wants to get Tommy. I don't know why all of a sudden she has such a hard on for Tommy, but she wants to get Tommy now. And you know, at this moment, Victor ain't with it. He said, "Y'all, it's so distracting looking at her little head, and I'm supposed to sit up here talking about all this gangster nonsense. It feels like she shouldn't be privy to this conversation." But blame her Gigi, child, because I don't have nothing to do with that. Anyway, he said lawyer. So you know that ends the conversation. And like I said, I don't know what Stacy's deal is. All of a sudden, like she's like, "I gotta get Tommy." You didn't even know Tommy till last week.
Exactly.
So D-Mac is bored in the house and he in the house bored. He bored in the house and he in the house bored. He want to go see that girl. She already think he stood her up. Now he been trying to get for her for a minute, and then she messed up, and then he gave her another chance, and so he needs to get out of there. So his grandmama decided it would be a good idea for her. She trying to make up for being a crappy parent the first time around, and she overcompensating with this boy who is out here getting himself into trouble. She gonna give him some money and the ride, tell him to go pick her up some cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? So, and take as much time as you need, even though Tommy told him not to go nowhere.
That's how grandmas do, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it
ain't for no good. And I mean, D-Mac is so cute, and you know, he looks like he doesn't look like a kid that be out in these streets. He just looks like a regular kid without a haircut.
And here's the thing, being out in these streets ain't nothing to her.
Nope, because she out here in these streets.
Right. So that's just normal, you know?
Well, speaking of being out in these streets, Jannard is out here in these streets. He out here robbing CBI street team. He done hopped in the car with this little girl that everybody, know who she is. She a little thuggish. She a little rough around the edges. She a little.
Mm-hmm.
He done hop in her car. He knows where they hide the bricks at. He shakes her down, takes her bricks and her chain, which I thought was stupid because I was like, everybody knows she Jannard is just low down because she said her mama gave her that chain or her daddy. One
My
of her
grandmama
parents
bought me that chain.
grandmama bought me this chain. And he took it. Why? For what? Just to be a jerk. He hit upside the head with the shotty. Not getting on my nerves. He went back to his crew and dropped the bricks off. And homeboy, I think that's his cook, because he's always the one in there cutting and mixing. So the cook was like, "Ain't that Manny's chain? Manny is the little girl that he just, bust down to the spot." He said, "No, nigga, this is my chain." And I'm like, everybody know that's Manny's chain.
Everybody knows. So
people used to be all on the same team. Like, these are not like actually strangers. They used to be all CBI together.
So do you think that Manny wasn't gonna be like Jannard came out here wilding out?
And my bricks. Come on.
Girl, nobody.
Hell, when he walked in there, Big Smart put him on notice.
Come on, now. Oh boy, don't mess with you. All of a sudden, you come up in here with these bricks and Manny chain. Come on.
And Manny's chain. Right. Talking about you got it from Miguel. I mean, no, you didn't. Everybody knows that. Victor, Claudia, and Young Dublin meet up over to Claudia's house. Now, I'm gonna skip over the part where she smashed this dude while she looked at herself in the mirror. And I'm tired of these girls getting smashed and then get up and pull your dress down like it ain't slime running down your leg. That's just nasty.
I'm tired of her, period.
Go wash up.
Talk.
Huh? Her, yeah.
I'm tired of her and her fake gangster talk.
She thinks she's doing a daggone thing. Well, they bring in an assassin. So they have a hit out on their father, and they bring in another one of these red-headed Irishmen that's called himself the Apocalypse.
I guess, too.
Okay, child. I'm going to just put it out there. That was the most disappointing apocalypse I ever... Anyway. Diamond arranges to talk to Kilo over in the pen. And, they have a conversation about what they talked about in the past. And Diamond said, he thinks it's time to go ahead and follow through on that plan. And Kilo said, bet he's with it, but he wants 50% of the profit made in the pen. And I feel like that seems fair. Like, he's the one on the inside. I feel like that's fair. Because you're not talking about what's happening out on the streets. Like, he in there. That's fair. Well, Tommy don't want to hear it. Tommy said, no. Hangs up the phone. Diamond is like, you're bugging because, the war has to stop. We can't be out here. How we gonna make money and we worried about whether or not we gonna see the next day? And, y'all ain't worried about, like, the
Tommy coming up in there like a dude from New York who think he could run Chicago.
Think he can run everything. And
like, you gotta play by the rules.
Malkovich and Claudia and all of them ruthless people, they about their business first. So if the money sound right, ain't nobody. And Miguel over here, Miguel the Cartel, although he be wilding, I feel like, things can be negotiated. These young kids out on these streets, they just out here wilding.
Right.
They wilding so much, the gangs need to make new negotiations in order to even get along and function. But Tommy got a lot on his mind. We're stressing about the situation with D-Mac. So he said he needed to think about it, clear his mind first. This girl gets on my nerves. So Cartel Miguel's sister she's so sprung. She walking around smiling at the daggone phone and at her text messages. So everybody knows she talking to somebody because she can't just look at her joint and read it and keep it moving. She got to be blushing and cheesing
You
and
sure
grinning.
went from I don't mess with gangsters to messing with a gangster real
I
quick.
mean, so much so she started a fight with her boyfriend. Now, your boyfriend is a rich surgeon, so you cannot expect him to be identifying with what's going on in these streets. And you know that. And this ain't the first time you've heard his point of view about things. Like he said, we deal with this stuff all the time. But because you so sprung over Tommy, now all of a sudden today, this particular thing irritates you. You're not feeling it. So much so that you need to take it outside and break up with him, start a little fight with him. But while she's fighting with him, Cartel Miguel's standing there looking, talking about, do you want me to handle it? No, nobody asked you to handle it, Miguel. She started that nonsense. He was just going with his regular old life. She out here sprung over Tommy. So, like I said, Claudia was over here smashing young Dublin, and then she's pondering over, the day that she gets to run the Flynn family. And he said, that ain't gonna happen. It don't even matter, because once your father is gone, they still just gonna want to talk to Victor. So,
and I feel like you know that. I feel like your dad
already
been told
know
you that.
And so, that made her feel some type of way. You're a woman. That's why I said all that hard talking, like you said, she be talking like a gangster. It don't amount to nothing. They do not care. You walk around in that teeny little skirt. So Diamond and Jenard find out their father is in hospice. Diamond goes to see the father. He's not very happy to see him. They have, kind of an ugly, nasty exchange between two people who, are related as father and son. It was a whole lot of I can't stand you, you ain't shit type conversation going on.
His daddy talking about all you had to do was take care of your brother. No, that was your job, Dad.
Like, it's mad at Diamond for not picking up where he left off.
Right.
You got a whole lot of angst for a person that's on their deathbed.
You would think he'd be trying to get right to go see the Lord, but I guess not.
He'd be trying to get right, but no, he want to be mean and nasty. I was like, maybe you should just leave, because doesn't seem like a healthy situation for either person involved.
Absolutely not.
So the plot is all in place. Victor's supposed to go over there, have dinner with his dad, and then about 9:00, it's all gonna pop off. So he got to get up out of there before, you know what I'm saying, before before Dublin comes to run this hit right quick. Now, young Dublin tells Claudia the plans have changed. We're running it at 8:30 instead of 9:00. But because she don't want, her brother to be next in line, she neglected to tell him that the plans have changed. He gets over to the house and Polly is there. So after Victor drunk cussed Polly out, like we both knew, Polly was going to take his ass back around there because he's just loyal to a fault.
Nobody, his kids didn't like him. Wasn't that the issue? You didn't have a son.
Polly has a son.
Like in the streets.
Yeah. Polly has a son that's on drugs.
Yeah. And it's like you
wife is the sister of Flynn's wife.
Yeah. You run around behind him.
As if them was his kids. So Tommy is at the crib busting another blood vessel. That's what this episode should be called, Tommy Bust a Blood Vessel, because now he's upset that Kate didn't let this boy go again. And JP is like, so what is going on? And Tommy's like, this nigga like murked the cop. Since you want to know what's going on.
I was trying to keep you out of it, but since you gotta know.
Well, JP tried to blame Tommy.
JP. The
Tommy
whole
was
family.
Like, this dude was a thug before I got here, and he keep choosing that thug life. Every time we try to remove him, he ain't even out there trying to be on no thug shit. He out here trying to chase a girl. He just act like he can't sit still, as if he don't know what he did.
Right.
Boy, you should be scared to leave the room. You ain't talked to that girl in a while. You should be FaceTime, do something. So Victor sitting there having dinner with Papa and Paulie, and it's assassination time. So Dublin is moving in, and they go get their artillery. Paulie, Victor, Flynn, they in the closet. They come outside. They go take on the assassins, just the three of them. I don't know what Paulie was doing walking around outside with these two shotties, one in the front, one in the back, chest wide open. Paulie got hit. Pow, pow, pow. He falls in the pool. I did not see him going like that. I was like, this is how it's going down.
That's how it went down, child.
Basically, he just walked outside and, got shot up for the most part. Now Flynn is running around.
You should have stayed your ass away. That was your.
Say what now?
You should have stayed his ass away from Flynn. We would have been alive.
Paulie would have been at the house. He would have been fine.
Yep. All that would have been yours, Paulie. All that would have been yours, because the show wasn't gonna go to the girl.
Or the boy.
Yep.
Anyway, Victor took out the assassin. Like I said, I don't know what kind of apocalypse he think he is, but he was the worst apocalypse I've ever seen. Because he didn't even last 5 minutes through the whole thing. He got taken out. Apparently they all got taken out. Dublin came over with a failed assassination attempt. They got took out by, I would say, Paulie and Flynn, because I don't even think Victor was shooting at nobody. He was just out there pretending to, shoot.
Exactly. He was like, "Y'all can get this dude."
Flynn, Victor walks up on his father, and Flynn is of course mad and saying that Claudia set up the whole thing, and Victor went ahead and told him that it wasn't just her, that they was both in on it. And while Flynn was talking smack, Victor popped him in the back, and I was like, "Oh,
I didn't see that going down, not like that.
It just that easy. It was gonna go like that." I was like,
easy.
You could have been did that,
right? They show taking their daddies out in this power,
and the mamas be taking out the sons.
Whoever wrote this got some mama daddy issues.
I mean, they got they got parent issues altogether.
My goodness.
So where is Jannard doing? Instead of being over to the hospice to see his daddy, he out in these streets trying to cop a bag of heroin. He down to the drug spot knocking on the door, and they told him to go away. That's how bad it is. Talking about he's sick. Is that what you call it? That's what Kiki said. She said she's sick. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but hey, I'm just here to shoot the shit.
Call how we see it.
Child, Miguel the Cartel, one of his thugs that went over to the surgeon's house.
Wait a minute. Did you think Jannard was gonna suck that dude dick? Because I did.
I did when he got in the car. I was like, is this how we're going?
Jannard.
And then, I did skip over that part. He found the white boy in the street. The white boy has some hair on. And so Jannard he just snipping up everything going to his nose. Like I said, the baby powder, the flour, the powdered sugar, anything he could find.
His nose gonna be like Michael Jackson.
Well, this dude was like, "You wasting it. You what are you doing? You might as well have thrown it out the window." So he put it in the needle, and Jannard sitting there like, "I don't do needles. That's white people shit." As he sits there with his arm out, ready and willing, I was like, I can't tell that it's not what you're interested in, Jannard.
He didn't resist at all.
At all.
So now he really a smackhead.
Don't you know? So yeah, Miguel the Cartel goes over to this man's house. I felt bad for this man. I was like, he is a sturgeon. Him and his boy done went over there because he saw his sister worked up for whatever reason. He done smashed not one of this man's hands, but two of his hands. And if you watch The Good Doctor, you know that you can't be smashing surgeons' hands, that their hands have to be very much perfect in order for them.
I mean, they can't even argue with her.
They said there's been plenty of bodies down to the graveyard trying to fool with that girl. So
he don't play about his sister. She can't never get married.
Never. Because I was like, that wasn't even like, that was a disagreement.
He didn't snatch her or nothing.
It was two people having engaging in a little disagreement. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
She was more irritated than anything else. She was irritated that it wasn't Tommy. That's what I was getting from the situation. So D-Mac, got the whole family all worked up, worried about him. He downtown trying to catch up with these little girls. They over to the park talk about supersonics. Supersonic. And so just when D-Mac thought he was about to go holler at old girl, Big smurfed and jumped out the van and they done snatched him up kidnapper style. Bag over the head, throw him in the van. You got to go. I agree, D-Mac. You got to go. You didn't mess up a church's money with your foolishness. Why is JP worried about how Kate is going to handle D-Mac not being here? What does she think they did with that boy?
She thought they took him out.
No, she knows better than that.
No, she know Tommy. She know Tommy.
Tommy did that on purpose. He just isn't messing with her. He just wants her to be stressed about that. So after the whole, takedown took place, Victor came back to Claudia's house. She worried, child, that everybody is not murked and everybody is not. Because when Victor walked in that door, she was surprised to see him there. She's like, oh, thank goodness you're okay. He walking around like a zombie. And he's like, yeah, everything popped off earlier than it was supposed to. And she told the boy, oh, dude, he was like, why you didn't tell me? We was moving early. And he was like, I told your sister. And she took the nigga out. Too late, Claudia. He already said it.
He already said it.
Child, she had every opportunity to tell him because she talked to him when he called her and tell her that Polly was there. She did not mention that the time changed. She said everything is a go. So, he gives her that weird, creepy hug. They done took out everybody, all of Dublin. Dublin should not send anybody else back over there.
Dublin looking real weak.
And again, why didn't Flynn just pop this nigga when he came over to the bar then? Why he came to collect money if it's that easy?
Dublin looking weak. And I feel like they was weak when we was watching that one show with Chris Rock and them, and they were short.
Oh, what was it? Fargo?
Fargo. I feel like they was weak in Fargo
Dublin,
too. Yeah.
I don't recall, but they's definitely weak over here in Chicago. It's not looking like what it's supposed to be.
They ain't like the Serbs.
Not at all. Or the cartel. Hell, the cartel will freeze your ass bit by bit and bust it off.
I mean, you can do that.
Seen anything like that before. Oh my goodness. Diamond has a moment with his father. I guess all is forgiven. He's sorry. They're sorry. And, he did what he was supposed to do before he ended, I suppose.
Jannar comes they could do, I guess.
Huh?
The best that they could do.
Well, I mean, at this point, I guess, yeah, that's the best they got. Jannar shows up. No, he told him to take care of his brother. That's the last words. Tommy
Nigga, that's
shows
what I've been
up.
doing since you left us. Like that's some shit.
The nerve. Tommy shows up to console Diamond. You know, I'm like, damn, Tommy's there, and Jannard ain't even there. And with everything that they got going on, bruh, your pops just passed, so take the night off. Don't worry about it. I got everything under control.
You worry about it.
And grieve, and we hit it tomorrow. He did think too, like based on the way things are going, call your boy Kilo in the pen and tell him let's run it. We gonna go ahead and get this partnership.
Oh, now you want to run it after you done hung up on my man? Now I gotta go back and be
now
like,
I gotta call him back.
You're right.
Well, Kate's all stressed out because she can't get in touch with D-Mac. And she's all upset, and Tommy is like, look here, don't make me have to get rid of your ass too, basically.
Tommy.
She was like, what is wrong with you people? I raised animals. And JP was like, you did not raise us. So yeah.
Oh, that's true, Kate.
I'm like, Kate over here trying to get a second chance with D-Mac, and they done took
I like Kate trying to have a second chance with D-Mac.
Well,
that's
I
how,
got bad news
crackhead my mamas do.
I got a bad news for you.
Oh.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
Oh.
Jannard finally shows up to the hospice, but of course he's too late because he was over there passed out in the car with the white boy. But you know, now his dad is gone, and the brothers have a moment. What did he say? Oh my God, he's gone. How was he a good daddy to Jannard and not to Diamond? I'm confused.
Like daddy.
Or Jannard is just one of these kids that's got that daddy fantasy in his head. Well, the father said for them to take care, for Diamond to take care of him, and they start going back and forth about what's going on between them. It's just not right, and it's not. But I don't know how you're gonna invite Jannard back to CBI. I don't see how that's not. I don't see it working like that, Diamond.
And who so, and Tommy gonna be down? What time are you working?
You're gonna have to have a conversation with Tommy, and I don't see it going so smoothly.
And he's a whole crackhead, and he's trying to kill you. I mean,
on more than one occasion.
Okay.
Well, Kate is so upset that D-Mac is gone, child, she didn't have to fall off the wagon. That's the excuse we're using for going back into the plastic Ziploc bag and sniffing that shit off the counter. We're gonna blame it on the fact that D-Mac is not.
I'm blaming Tommy. Kate was trying to do her thing. And she was doing a damn good job too. Bought him ice cream and everything.
Well, she's off the wagon.
Well, she think y'all done took out her grandchild. She got nothing left to live for.
Oh, now you're a grandmother. You want to be all sympathetic with Kate when she was a shitty mom this whole time.
I wasn't a shitty mom, but you know, I seen it. I think
Kate was gonna fall off the wagon anyway. Sooner or later, she just, you know. This is just her reason for doing it.
They got your boy over there being a concrete convoy.
They done took him to the camp where Dr. Phil be sending the kids to when
they be touching when they need rehabilitation. He gonna begin to go get that boy.
Ain't that where Dr. Phil sent Cash Me Outside?
Mm-hmm.
With the horses. So they just sent D-Mac over to this farm where he gonna be cleaning up horse poop and cow manure.
The people online talking about that's where Ghost gonna be at.
Ghost is at a farm? I need the people online to let that go. I don't know. He said, Uncle Tommy, you tweaking. I didn't even do nothing. I'm like, D-Mac, you definitely did something. I think you're the one that's tweaking.
You did it big this time, D-Mac.
You the one that's tweaking, D-Mac. So young Victor shows up to the police station. He wants to snitch on everybody now. He wants to snitch on Claudia, and Detective Stacy said that's not good enough. He gonna have to give her Tommy, and he said he'd do it. I don't think he's smart enough to do it, but this is the new plan. Victor is supposed to be snitching.
So long, Victor. That's how that's gonna work.
We only in season 2, and they done took out half the Flynn's. We gonna have to have a
Ain't no
whole
Flynn's.
family.
Well, you know, in True Power, we only have one enemy at a time, and then we own the next
So
one.
I think maybe it's the cartel since we moving the sister and all that
Uh-huh.
into the scene.
Uh-huh.
That's the new deal. So
Yep.
that's
So
it,
long,
y'all.
Victor.
Yeah, Victor's a wrap. So, but we've been
That
here.
was a good episode, though.
I did enjoy that episode. I did.
Mm.
So
So
y'all
go
forget.
ahead. I
Yeah.
said,
Yay.
he said I could. Y'all smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel. He said I can hear you. He only had practice today,
No,
and
he didn't want to come. He's literally sitting right there trying to regulate things, but he don't want to come do his
He
part.
went down in the man cave.
Anyway, child, tell people what to do.
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe. Oh, he's back. He's gonna say it. You gonna say it?
What? Is this gonna cost us?
Huh?
I said, is this gonna cost us?
We gotta pay for you to come on here and make an appearance. Now that you are big time in these streets. What you playing? No, he
Let them subscribe to our channel.
There you go. Bye, y'all.